Hey guys, assalamu alaikum. It's Jenna G. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be using Caraille and we're actually going to be making some curry chicken with Caraille. Sounds a little odd, but believe me, it's going to be delicious. So I know many of you guys are not fans of Caraille. Rightfully so. I mean, it does have a bitter taste to it. So I can understand why some people don't like it, but for me personally, I absolutely love it. But there's a way going about that you need to go about cleaning it and dealing with it to sort of get rid of some of that bitterness. So you're going to start off basically by cutting it in half, and you want to slice it and remove the seeds. And once you've done that, then you're just going to slice it up real thin. Then you want to sprinkle it with some salt. So the salt is going to pull out some of that moisture and help to cut down on the bitterness of it. So you're going to sprinkle some salt on it, and you're going to leave it for about an hour, 2 hours or so. Then what you're going to do is squeeze some of that liquid or that juices from it. So you can use your hands or you can use a cloth, and you want to squeeze out as much of that juice from it. So once you have it all removed there with that liquid, you're going to let it dry. I just like to personally let it dry for a little bit. Now this is more important if you're doing like a fried Caraille to get the crispiness of it, but I still like to put it to dry just for a little bit before you move on to actually putting it into the curry. So once we have the Caraille all prepared, we've got our chicken all cut into small pieces. Now I like to eat chicken foot and also gizzard. I know not many of you guys may be a fan of it, but of course you can leave it out if you don't want to eat it. So to the chicken, I'm going to be adding some salt, some green seasoning, and some curry powder. Now that green seasoning is key to Trini food. It's just basically a combination of fresh herbs. I'll post the link down below in the description box so you guys could check it out for those of you who may not be familiar with green seasoning. Now to start cooking, I'm going to be adding or sauteing my onions and my hot peppers along with the curry leaves. Keeping my heat on low, and I'm going to be adding that curry powder. Now next step, and the garlic goes in as well. The next step would be to toast that curry powder. So for 2 to 3 minutes while your heat is on low, you're going to keep stirring it up and toasting it, help release those flavors. Then I'm going to be adding some water. Keep stirring this again, as well as some saffron powder or turmeric powder. This is just to give the curry a more yellow look. So with that water in there, all I'm going to be doing is just keep stirring that, let that cook down until it thickens up into a nice sort of thick curry paste. Then in goes the chicken pieces, the seasoned chicken that we have. Now of course, the seasoned chicken, you can actually let the chicken marinate for a little while before you cook it, or you could cook it immediately. It's totally up to you. So once we have it in the pot, we're going to be mixing it well. Make sure it gets coated with the nice curry paste that we have there. And next, what you're going to do is let this cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. What's going to happen, the meat is going to spring its own water, and you want that liquid or those juices to dry up first before you continue cooking your meat. So once that is done, most of that liquid is gone, just before the meat starts sticking to the pot, I'm going to be adding the Caraille to it. Now something to note, you can actually add the Caraille later on in the cooking process. It is really up to you guys. I would honestly say that in this step, it was added maybe a little too early. It could have been added to a little later, but it's all good and well. So for the next 20 minutes or 25 minutes or so, you're just going to let the chicken cook as well as the Caraille. You're going to add your water to your pot, and you're going to keep stirring it, checking on it, and just going to let that cook down until most of that liquid is gone and the chicken is cooked through properly. Right before it is finished cooking, going to be adding some green seasoning and some roasted geera we sprinkle in there as well. Don't forget to taste it and adjust it for salt in this step as well. And all you're going to be doing is just mixing this up, and that would be it for your curry chicken with Caraille. I know it might be a little different for you guys. I know some of you guys aren't a fan of the Caraille, but it's similar to a curry chicken and aloo or even curry chicken and peas, but we just use Caraille instead. So here's another dish for you guys to try out. If you've never thought about combining Caraille with curry chicken, try this out for sure. Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to check out my previous video where I made a curry chicken lentils cook up for you guys. As always, thanks for watching guys. I will see you all in my next video.